It is 8:30 in the morning on Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday. What am I saying? Tuesday, March 25th. And I'm on my way out of Taichung today. We're going from Taichung to Taipei, the capital city of Taiwan. And to do so, I'm going to take a little bit of a creative route. So my first step is to hop on a local train that's going to take me all the way to Hsinchu. It is a kind of a longer journey, an hour and a half. Is this because I couldn't get tickets for the express train in time? Quite possibly yes. Onwards we go. And my train is already here because it's waiting for the faster express train to pull through. An hour and a half later, I've made it to Hsinchu. If I wanted to, I could actually take that train all the way to Taipei, my destination today, but that would take forever. Totally not a ride that I've dragged my mom on once. Anyway, I'm here at Hsinchu and I'm going to head a little bit inland to make my route creative. I'm gonna go catch a train on the Liujia/Neiwan line. I got to the platform right as my train's pulling in. So the Hsinchu high-speed rail station is built very far out of town from Hsinchu itself, so they built an extra rail line, the Liujia line, that runs half-hourly shuttles on EMUs to get there. Now, the actual train line itself continues very deep into the mountains, but these trains are operated using DMUs. These DMUs form shuttle services from a stop called Zhuzhong, which is where I'll be taking this electric train today.
Next stop, Xinzhuang. We are now arriving
And so, my EMU 500 has brought me to Zhuzhong. This is the branching off point of the Neiwan and the Liujia lines. The Liujia line continues on towards the high-speed rail station. High-speed rail is actually behind me over here. And then on this side, the Neiwan line continues into the mountains. The Neiwan line uses little diesel rail car trains, so it's one of my favorite ways to travel around. I'm gonna go a couple stops on it today to the town of Zhudong. Yeah, a lot of Zhu sounds in this video. to Zudong. This is where the two trains in the Neiwan line, this one and that one, they meet. Little branch lines in the mountains are all single tracked, so they use midpoint stations to pass the trains so that they can run more frequent service. Oh wow, this station still has the original switches when they were still manual. Oh, that's a bit far from home, ain't it? So, a few stops later, I'm here in Zudong. And why am I in Zudong? Well, as part of my creative itinerary to get to Taipei, I found a couple bus stops in here. Well, bus stations. So, right now I'm gonna walk 15 minutes to the Hsinchu bus Zudong station. And then there's a second bus station in this like general vicinity that I'm gonna take a bus there to. Wait, bus from there to. Yeah, words. They have old train cars here. It seems like these trains are here as part of an exhibit with the indigenous people in this area. But these used to be rail cars that would have been operated on the Taiwanese Railways network. That's certainly some art. Wow, I found a park and water feature. Wow, you can look down. You can even go down to the water if you really wanted to. Ooh, I see a bus. And you know what else I see? The bus station. This one is definitely a little bit on the quieter side. Not a whole lot going on right now. But like, it's built like a church. That's the interesting thing. Huh? There the buses are. So, here at the Zudong bus station, I am going to catch the route 5608. I believe it stops street side over here, and that's going to take me to the other bus station in town called Xiagongguan. The coach buses to Taipei depart from a third separate station further down. But it's kind of crazy that they send big coach buses all the way from Taipei to here. Here's the bus stop for Hsinchu. Signage for my bus going towards Xiagongguan, Yue Street side. I got a milk tea from the brunch place right next door to the bus station. 5608. My bus is here. Bang on time from when Google thought it would be too. Amazing. while later, I've made it to the Xiaogongguan station. This one's just on the side of a road. Yeah, that was a fun little ride. Not much to report. So, I made it to Xiaogongguan. What now? Well, after I phoned the bus driver parking, I decided I'm going to walk down the road to the Taiwan Cement Corporation. Why? Well, I just love cement. And that happens to be where the Guoguang Route 1820 starts. This is a direct bus to Taipei, which I could take and go all the way to Taipei on, but where's the fun in that? It runs every half hour. I'm gonna walk down and I'm gonna grab a run that leaves in, well, half an hour. And then that will take me to a town called Longpan in Taoyuan, a little bit further north. Okay, I'm realizing there was really no point in my walk to the actual bus station other than to like see the actual bus station, because the way the buses route through here is they do a big loop of Zudong first before they head out onto the open road. The bus that left at 12, it's currently 12:04, just finished its loop and is coming down the street here, so I can just catch that bus from the opposite street, from the opposite side of the street. There goes the Xinzhou bus. Yeah, this is the bus station. It's just a little parking lot for all the Guoguang buses. They actually keep a fair number here, apparently. There's a bunch parked down there. There's the offices. And then coming down the street is mine. Let me go flag them down. Damn, making me run. That's foul. It's working chargers.
Guanxi Township Office.
关西镇公所，关西镇公所。
Alright, one very pleasant ride on the Guoguang Express later. Here I am in Longpan. I am back in Taoyuan County, getting closer and closer to Taipei. It's always interesting to me how Guoguang basically operates as both a local service and an intercity bus. Like, I'm able to use my transit card on these buses. It's incredible. Here in Longpan, I'm just transferring to another bus because I'm gonna head back to Zhongli today. There's like an accident waiting to happen here. I'm routing myself towards Zhongli because I found on Google Maps that there is a Kura sushi there. I'm unwilling to pay the exorbitant prices in America for Kura, so I came to Taiwan for it. Bus. Oh, perfect. I don't even have to wait. again, just like when I arrived in Taiwan, I've made it to Zhongli. That was a solid enough ride. Anyway, it is currently 1:30 p.m. I want to find myself some lunch, so I'm gonna walk over to the Kura Sushi that's near here. Oh wow, they have a Kura and a Coco Ichiban. That's crazy. Floor 3. And funny enough, it's right in the bus station. Alrighty. Alrighty, you can never go wrong with Kura Sushi. After my little lunch, I'm back on the streets. I'm going to this town called Daxi. I won't be departing from a crazy bus station, but I will be arriving into one. So let's go find the bus 5098. Alright, now I've definitely seen it all. I need to get across the street today. Well, ooh, new train station. Well, I need to get across the tracks. You can see the bus terminal. Cool. Alright, onwards. All this work to accommodate the MRT in 6 or 7 years. You can see the old platforms getting demolished bit by bit. Come on, autofocus. There we go. The 5098 is a bus route that runs every 20 to 30 minutes, and word on the street from Google is that I just missed one. Yet somehow the world keeps turning, so I'll be waiting 20 minutes and then onwards to Daxi. Alright, old people of the internet. What is this thing? Time clock? I will be catching the 5098 today. A bus of some kind is approaching. Unknown if it is mine. This is my bus. One ride later, here I am at the Daxi terminal station. And if you guessed that I'd come here because of a crazy bus station, you would be correct. There isn't a whole lot going on right now, but this is the exit point. And this is as wide as the street goes for the buses to exit. A brick building. So Daxi is an area with a lot of history and tourism. So I gave myself a 45-minute layover here. So I have a couple things I want to do. One, I obviously want to watch some buses leave. And two, I'm going to do a little walking tour. station. As always, some very impressive maneuvers being busted at Taiwanese bus stations. Now that I've sat here filming for long enough, it's time to go on a little walking tour. So it's not touchscreen, but it's giving you an option. Oh, it is touchscreen. Huh. These views are so gorgeous. Get it? Gorge. And to think, I get to see all this just because I wanted to go see a funky bus station. A very normal situation. Yeah, I'm not sure that was gonna happen anyway. Ugh, stairs. I'm doing it for the view. Alright, second story. This is pretty promising. Let's see what the roof entails. Okay. Not bad. Here's that massive bridge. Unfortunately, going over it doesn't result in going anywhere I really need to go, so I will not be crossing it today. What a view. Unfortunately, my brief but beautiful layover here in Daxi is coming to a close as my bus leaves in 15 minutes and I have a 10-minute walk to the bus station. And what is my next destination? I'm going to take a bus to the train station of Yingge, getting closer and closer to Taipei, cutting through an alleyway today. Alright, made it back with time to spare. And now, onto the 5101. Got myself a jasmine tea as I wait for my bus. There's quite a parking arrangement. Unfortunately, I am in a little potato bus today. Slight change of plan. I'm not actually going to go to Yingge on this thing. I'm going to get off at the next stop and catch a bus that leaves in 15 minutes that'll take me to a different stop, but we get to go on the highway and that's why I want to go on it. I freed myself from the shackles of the potato bus a little early because I realized I could take a bus. The route starts with a 7. to get to the Changgung Memorial Hospital station. This would put me on the Taoyuan MRT, which I kind of want to ride today. It would also put me in a full-size bus, and we would take the highway. So hopefully this doesn't backfire. I don't know how I missed it. It only left 15 minutes after mine, and I could have just taken it right out of the bus station, but whatever. Anyway, now it's time to wait for it. I do like e-ink. What's also a little odd is my bus, the 702, isn't listed on here or on here. So I hope that doesn't come back to bite me. Oh wait, I am so stupid. Okay, change of plan yet again. I realized it makes my life slightly easier if I just catch the route 710, which will take me to the MRT Blue Line. Taipei MRT, not Taoyuan. But it makes my life a little bit easier. Alright, 710 and 702 coming at the same time. Oh dear. After a very nice ride going down the highway, the 710 has brought me to the Yongning bus station. And what's even more interesting about this bus station is brand new. It was, I'm not sure when it was built, but it was really recently, because when I was doing the Google Maps reviewing of like possible options and this came up, the buses still used a street side stop further near the MRT station. But recently, they opened this bus station. Cool. So anyway, I'm currently able to connect to the MRT Blue Line, which I'm going to do. However, it is the heart of rush hour, so that makes things slightly more annoying. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Blue Line to Banqiao and then review my options from there. More buses backing up. What I find interesting is that even though this bus station is brand new, they still made it a back out design. Like, listen, I love watching buses do crazy stuff, but is this really the most efficient use of space? Yep, there goes my bus. Alright, on to the MRT. It's 5 p.m. Wish me luck. MRT time. Oh man, the Taipei Metro gives you countdowns in seconds. that was nowhere near as crowded as I thought it would be. This is a little more what rush hour is normally like. So I'm now here at Banqiao, where I'm going to switch to the yellow line, the circular line. That's going to take me across the river to connect to the MRT Orange line. 4 away is this damn train? Finally. I'm pretty sure the walk between this station and the blue line could be measured in kilometers, but I'm here, I'm connecting to the circular line. This is Taipei's newest railway line. It's an automated light metro, and it's operated by the New Taipei Transit Corporation, different from the Taipei Metro. I have a bit of a shorter ride today. I'm taking it 2 stops to the Orange line. I have 2 stages left before I reach my hotel. I need to take the Orange line, which I'm transferring to now, and then I will hop on a bus, and then I'll be at my hotel. Alright. Not a bad transfer. Ooh, 35 seconds to my train. Let's see if I can do this.
Please hold the handrail and stand firmly on the escalator. Alright, just 1 stage left. The bus to my hotel. In Taipei, all the major streets have center running bus lanes that almost all the bus lines get to use. Rush hour is in full swing right now. That is my bus. But it looks like the stoplights are in my favor. Let's go. off my bus in an effort to not miss the light. I'm not gonna stick around to watch it leave. How unfortunate. Anyway, I'm here, Mintian and Fuxing roads, where now I get to go to my hotel. An example of the diversity of buses that get to use the bus lanes. That bus is an airport connector connecting Taipei Songshan Airport further in the city and the Taipei Taiyuan Airport, and they get to use the bus lanes, and they service all the stops just like all these buses do. Alrighty, staying in the Taipei version of City Inn.
Room reveal. Very nice. So, I finally made it to my hotel room. I saw a lot of things. I did Taiwan the slow way. Taichung to Taipei is normally a 2-hour, 3-hour at most journey. I did it in 10. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.